Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Top Tier Talk. This week, we're on about London in the Champions League, yet again victorious, with Chelsea and Arsenal winning away from home. At Old Trafford, McTominay makes Manchester merry with his goal in a 1-0 win over Nicosia. The Hornets sting the Canaries with a 2-1 win at Vicarage Road. And back in the Premier League on Sunday, Chelsea haunt Slippy Gerrard yet again as he goes towards the sack. Manchester and Newcastle are united in playing awful football, and Ellen Road's power cut couldn't dim Arsenal because they're still top of the league. So, Chavez, boring football. Start with you. One goal in two games.
Sum up in 30 seconds this game.
Yeah, we should have had about 30 in the first game, but yeah, it was just poor. I don't know. Suddenly we can't score a goal. But to be fair, I'm not going to say much about the other first team because their goalkeeper, that was the only highlight. Man United fan put in the performance of his life. That was good to see. And the other thing was De Gea. De Gea sweeping now, which is just, it's fascinating to see a keeper learn how to sweep. He's learning the trade while on the job. So it's good to see. The next game, I don't want to start it off with referees, but I'm going to have to start it off with referees. That was the worst refereeing performance I've seen in a long, long time. Three terrible decisions cost us the game. I thought we did okay, but Newcastle are quite strong. So it was inevitable that if the referee was going to be so against us that we wouldn't win. So yeah, it's a shame, but what can you do?
Could you not argue the penalty on Wilson? Or the penalty shout on Wilson, sorry, as well. That could have gone Newcastle.
Oh, they could have given that, but then we had two other penalties, so we would have won 2-1.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. I don't know what they were doing.
Last week you hid from me in the podcast after our debate about CR7. Has your opinion over these last two game weeks changed on Cristiano, or do you think he still should not be anywhere near that starting 11?
No, the thing is, there's no doubt Ronaldo's going to score goals. When he gets the opportunity presents, he's still Ronaldo who scored however many goals. He's not going to lose that ability. But again, our best functioning team doesn't consist of Ronaldo in the way that the way that Ten Hag wants to play. It doesn't. But the thing is, the alternative is Martial, who seems to spend the majority of his time injured. So we're just kind of screwed. We really need to sign a striker in January. This season isn't going to go just with Ronaldo, and it's clear because Ten Hag subbed Ronaldo off after 70 minutes against Newcastle. It's not really this type of football he wants to play. I don't know if you've noticed, our players, when Ronaldo plays, especially Antony and Rashford, they seem to just, their whole aim in the game is just to set up Ronaldo and Bruno. They avoid all the other options and they just go for Ronaldo. But there are better options, and it's like our whole team has to be tailored to him. It's not the long-term plan, is it? So it's unfortunate, but what can you do?
Quickly, were them disallowed goals, any of them you have an opinion on from yesterday's game? Or
what goal was disallowed?
The Cristiano Ronaldo one,
they blew the whistle before it technically wasn't even disallowed. It just wasn't a goal. But I don't blame the ref because again, that's an on-field decision. Apparently, he held his hand up while that was happening, but technically he did blow the whistle, and then the Newcastle player passed it, so it was a goal. But again, I have no issue with referees making on-the-field mistakes, which can't be VAR checked. It's when they make the mistake and we have VAR for the penalties, and they don't overturn the decisions. So that's so easy. That's what VAR is for. If they make an on-the-field decision, that's human error. That's fine. We all make them, but yeah, it's the VAR aspect. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very quickly then, actually, before we go, I remember you said you just wanted a January sign in as a striker. Who'd you sign?
Oh, Gakpo, that guy. You know, he's got as many goal contributions. He might have changed since the last game. He's right up there with Haaland right now. Is he? He's a winger, but at this point, I think the Ten Hag system doesn't need a striker. He seems to interchange Rashford and Martial. We just need a fluid attack, and he would be perfect. I don't think we will sign anyone, though. It doesn't matter for me to even waste my breath saying we're going to sign someone, because I can categorically tell you this ownership doesn't see January as a month to buy players the majority of the time. And the way we're going, if we even stay even within reach of top four, we won't get a player. It would have to be a catastrophe. It would have to be bottom half the table for them to even consider signing. And we won't be. I don't think we're that bad. So we won't sign anyone in January, especially not a striker.
Cool.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll move on to, Amir next. Champions League and Premier League. 2 wins.
Yeah, no, life's good. Life's good right now. The football ain't great. It's still too short as football, but can't still expect change in a month. But
what a shock.
Maybe we should have sacked him.
No, still, I'm over it now. 3-0 against AC Milan. Wait, was it 3-0 again? I can't remember. So
2-0. 2-0,
perfect. And then Tomori sent off. Yeah, no,
That would have
perfect.
read as well. Can you touch
You're
on
not-
that?
That wasn't a red, was it?
It would have read. It was not a red.
We got lucky. Ever since that Anthony Taylor nonsense with Spurs, we've been quite lucky with VAR and stuff. But the game I kind of want to focus on was the Villa game, and especially Kepa, who had, I think, one of the best performances I've ever seen from him in a Chelsea shirt. Engaged Kepa. Congrats to him, obviously. He's doing bits right now. Our save of the season so far, the header against Mings kept us in, and then obviously Mount getting 2 goals as well. I mean, the first one was on the plate for him, but he's scoring after all the criticism of him. No goals, no assists. So yeah, ever since that international break, he's doing well as well. I think we're on track. We're getting wins, but there's always a period after we score when we're vulnerable. And if it wasn't for Kepa yesterday, I'm sure they would have got back into the game because could have potentially gone 2-1 up. So that's the worrying sign that I was obviously still there under Tuchel. And change comes with time. So hopefully over time, Potter finds the issues, the underlying issues. I think it could be new signings, midfielders, or anything, or new systems. And then from there, I guess we just carry on going up. But we're doing well. We're winning games. I can't complain. And yeah, Graham Potter's growing. We're growing. So it's all going good. It's going good right now.
Are you confident going into the Brentford game?
Yeah, I am. We haven't lost in.
That tone of voice seems different.
I don't know.
You see?
Do you have
Yeah,
nice
voices?
You just sound sheepish about it. Just like, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Sheepish.
You're trying to
but-
sound
yeah, but,
confident, but
no.
PTSD from last time.
Are you trying to intimidate me? That any game in the Premier League is hard, as we all know. But based on our previous games under Potter so far, we're unbeaten. So yeah, of course I'm going to go in confident with Mason Mount doing well, and obviously we've got a keeper who's doing well. He's back to his best I've seen in a Chelsea shirt, and obviously a regular. So yeah, why wouldn't I be confident? With Chelsea on paper should be beating Brentford. Are you confident?
yeah. Why should
Cool.
I can't wait to talk about Arsenal. But yeah, for Chelsea, I'm trying to think. You know the way you say the football hasn't changed. Has it even improved? Like, have you seen anything different aside from the
I've seen
formation?
more fluid. There is a bit more fluidity in attack. I don't know if it's Kai Havertz coming into a number 10 or the way we set up going forward, but it seems like that we're creating more chances. But it's just this vulnerability after we score that's kind of an issue. And if it wasn't for Kepa, as I said, we would have definitely conceded. So that's the main worry that was there under Tuchel. So I just hope that gets sorted, really. But attacking wise, we're doing all right. I mean, Aubameyang didn't score yesterday, but he wasn't getting much service. But other players contributed and scored, which is obviously what we need. But yeah, it's good. Life's good. I can't complain. I want to know more about El studying voices. When did this happen?
I'm not studying voices. It's just the way you said it. You're just like, yeah, we're confident. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Anyone got anything else to touch on Chelsea? Or
Chelsea are boring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's never
Yeah.
exciting.
Nah,
It's never-
don't slate my man Graham Potter like that.
Is he the best manager you've ever seen?
He is.
I think that's it. I've covered Chelsea. I don't think there's
Mental
much more.
tactician.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, speaking of
obviously,
tacticians,
Reece James is out very quickly. I guess that's the biggest blow for England
Yes,
and for Chelsea. 8 weeks after surgery.
Hoping he's
Yeah.
back before the World Cup.
I don't think so. I think it's too.
I don't think he will.
Trent's
That's a big
available
loss
though,
for
which
everyone.
is
Yeah.
quite
So is
nice.
Kieran Trippier.
that's a win for the rest of the 31 teams in the World
Yeah.
Cup.
That's a win for America and Iran.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. No, that's that.
I'll have my 60 seconds and we'll save the best to last, I'm guessing.
Yeah, of
Not
course.
really the best, but yeah.
Well, they
Well,
are
we
top
are.
of the league. They are top
Exactly.
of the league.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
That's all right. Oh, that's cute. Let's
That's
go.
cute, he says. Sitting fifth.
Slap a bit. We're to be fair, we're sitting like 11th.
Yeah, explain
Championship.
yourself.
Slaven Bilic has given himself another week in the job, so well done to him.
How soon would you say, Dan, to sack him based on his performance so far?
If we're not within touching distance of, I'd say, the top 3 or 4 by Christmas, I'm not saying I want him to be gone, but I reckon he could be gone.
But you're upset about complaining about managers being sacked.
No, he
and
said
you're
he doesn't
kind
want.
of-
He said,
I'm not saying I want it to be sacked. I'm saying the owner, the manager, could well just.
What was different, Dan, from this performance against obviously one of the better sides in the Championship, Norwich, and obviously the previous games? What's different?
I don't know. I actually don't know. It was comfortable. I'll say comfortable. It was comfortable until the 44th minute when we conceded. Little Dicky scored again, second year in a row. Josh Sargent, he scored again. He scored 3 goals in 2 games against two away games against us. No, I'd like to say it was it was comfortable. We missed a penalty and then obviously went 2-0 up. But again, our team's still a mixed match. We've got Dan Gosling at right back. Our substitutions, they came on and put a shift in, but it's still not the squad you'd want. And you're sort of looking at it going, this team wouldn't survive in the Premier League, and we can't go up. And sorry, Elliot, did I interrupt your cough there? No, and this squad wouldn't go up, and we haven't got the money to go and spend millions. So we're just going to go up if we go up, and come straight back down. It's going to be the same as last year, maybe even worse. But no, onto the game. We actually saw a game out. I was sitting there for the last 10, 15 minutes going, I've seen this countless times before. I know exactly what's going to happen. And we didn't concede or throw away a lead. We held on, which was good to see. We've got Millwall in the week on Wednesday. And then the big one next Sunday against the EasyJet fellas up the road.
Luton.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Have you got life insurance for the Millwall game, hopefully? Yeah?
I'm more concerned about Sunday.
Fair enough. Is it home?
But, yeah, it's at the Vic.
Ooh.
Unfortunately. So
it's going to be packed.
Yeah, it's going to be a load of police. So sorry about your taxpayers' money. Just another reason to moan at football fans. But yeah, any firing questions as to why Bilic is still going to have a job in a couple of weeks? Or
I like Bilic, but I saw from like Twitter they say number 27 and 39 wasn't playing helped a lot. Would you confirm that's true? Yeah.
Cabs was injured. He didn't play, but he apparently he pulled up when Blackpool scored their second, whatever it was last week. And Kayembe came on and didn't do a lot, but I say he didn't do a lot. He put himself about a bit, but it was a short cameo. You can't really sit there and go, "Oh, he was terrible" or "He was great" over the space of 15 minute cameo. But it's, as I said, it's down to the players, it's down to the squad. I've said it to you lot before. If you gave our squad to Mourinho, he still wouldn't be able to do anything with it. That's how I feel low the quality in the squad is.
No, but what do you want Mourinho to do with it? What is with it?
No, exactly. He couldn't even work anything with it. That's my point. One of the best ever managers couldn't work with couldn't work with the squad. Also, injuries aren't helping at all. Not an excuse, but it's just injuries. If Cathcart hadn't have come back, we would have had one fit centre back, one fit senior centre back. I think, sorry. So, but we got the win, which is the main thing. Another 3 points. But yeah, as I said, on to World War 3 and 4 on Wednesday and Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah, power cuts themselves. Leeds, Ellen Road. Take it away, Elliot.
I'll be real. It was very hard to find a stream for this fucking game. My God in heaven. I don't know why we weren't televised, but yeah, obviously for the snippets that I could get on because I was trying to find a stream. It was a complete different game to obviously how we performed against the likes of Liverpool, Tottenham, and obviously previous games. We knew it'd be a challenge going to Ellen Road. You know, they're unbeaten in all their home games this season. So it was going to be a tough game. We all knew that, but we still performed quite below, obviously, what we've been performing, as I say, for the start of this season. But we still managed to get the win, which is, as I say, in my player ratings, very, very lucky. You know, Gabriel, I'm going to say he was one of the best defenders for us. He kept us in it a lot, but man of the match obviously goes to Aaron Ramsdale. He was superb. There's not much else to say. You know, Ben White was kind of just a bit ropey. And Saliba obviously had his first off game, but then it still didn't make a difference. We still won 1-0. There was a few decisions that was a bit booky. Like their penalty, obviously, when Saliba handballed it, I have no qualms with the handball, but it was just the decision before that when the Leeds player, leading up to the build-up, was offside, and that wasn't apparently deemed thingy by VAR. I'm happy that Bamford got what he deserves at the end of that game when he was trying to get a red card for Gabriel. Like, obviously, yeah, Gabriel kicked back. He shouldn't have done that, no problem. He's a bit like of a risky player because he has a high temper. But Bamford obviously fouled him, which is lucky to see that he got reversed. But yeah, attackers did their obviously they did well. I mean, Odegaard in the second half had a bit of a fall off, so which is why Vieira came on. Saka got his goal, which is nice. Gabriel Martinelli still as energetic as ever, which I love. Jesus was a bit off, but still did well. But I think, as I say, Gabriel, Xhaka, and Ramsdale kept us in that game that day.
And obviously, you had your European game. I was going to say your European game, obviously, last week.
Against that Bodo. Yeah,
that wasn't particularly routine either.
Exactly. That's another game where we went to their place where they haven't lost a single home game in, what was it, like 14 games that they've played in their league? And then obviously we went there and won 1-0 as well. And it's just going to show that we're a really good side. You know, we beat the likes of Tottenham and Liverpool at home, which is nice to see, of course. We wouldn't have probably done that last year or the year before. Two sides that, as you said, you wouldn't expect to go there and get 3 points, but luckily we did at both parts. And yeah, like we played as I say, our second team against Glint. Again, obviously you got the likes of Saliba playing and still getting like Martinelli playing and everything like that. They're still getting their minutes in for the Europa League, but we still pretty much play like our second team, which you got the likes of Vieira, Nketiah, Sambi. They're all playing, and we still managed to get the win out of it, which I love to see. And it's quite nice and reassuring that having like. Do you know how obviously teams have their second team and it's still strong enough to be able to compete in a competition, which is really nice to see because normally we wouldn't have that. You know, we had Pablo Mari last season. We had a really not a good amount of depth, which is nice to see now. Obviously, in the January, I think we could improve on that. I think maybe another strong number 8 midfielder it would do, and another attacker, and then I think that'd be sorted for us. But yeah, as you said, like we beat two teams that haven't lost at home all season, and we're looking up.
I was going to say, when teams have won the title, even Leicester, for example, you saw that no matter what happens, they'd win, even bad performances, good performances. You'd always find a way, and things would go your way. Teams that win titles, a lot of things have to happen that are based on luck. There's a bit of a luck thing there. And for example, that Gabriel thing in the penalty, it's just sort of like an inevitability, and we're starting to get that sense from Arsenal now, which is good to see. One thing I don't understand, not you specifically, but Arsenal fans in general, a lot of them are now using this and saying that they would still just as long as we get top 4, that's enough. I think your goals and objectives can change during a season. And at this point, you have to acknowledge that Arsenal are in a title race. And for you to not get top 4 from this point would be a catastrophe.
Criminal.
And your minimum should be top 4. It's not that, if we get top 4, that's good. And that's our aim. That's not your aim anymore. Your aim is to be in the top 2 and you are in a title race. And it's time to accept that. I don't know why your fans are kind of waving that off and saying, but we'd be happy with top 4. That's not the case. You've set the standard.
I'll give you a reason why.
Just very quickly though, before I remember I said to you last week, Amir, desirably, yeah, we'd love to win the league. There's no doubt about it. I think every fan who wants their club to win the league, but as I said, realistically, with the likes of Man City, obviously, they unluckily lost to Liverpool, but obviously it's quite hard to get a win at Anfield, so each to their own. But as I say, Man City are dominant force, and I say maybe they could steal it, but it's all up for grabs at the end of the day. Like I say, realistically, we could come second, but desirably, I'd love to win the league.
Do you know why though? Do you want to? I don't mind.
I was just going to make a point. So obviously, I know we've got 10 games in or whatever. But as it stands, you're 8 points clear of Chelsea in 4th, and got a 9 better goal difference. And do you play them soon? Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, we play them after Southampton.
Yeah. So again, if there could be another 4-point swing on that potentially if results were a 6, even if results go your way. Do you reckon? I was going to say, do you reckon if still in a similar position, say when the break starts, do you reckon you'll be maybe going fourth not happening, 3rd, and then slowly? Do you reckon you're going to sit there and go, no, 4th, what we started to do, 4th will do?
Do you know what? I remember obviously when we were having our swing of things at the start of the league when we were saying we haven't played a big team yet, this is why we're doing so well. But then we beat Tottenham And then they were just like, you still haven't beat a big team. Then we beat Liverpool for the first time in years, and people were like, oh, well, you can't be able to. No one's given us the credit we deserve. And in my opinion, if we go to Chelsea away and beat you at Stamford Bridge, Amir, I don't see a reason as to why we can't be up there as like title contenders.
I think you already are. I don't
I think you already are.
I think
There's
technically
still
you are at
they're
the
still
moment
up there,
title
but
contenders.
I do have to think like obviously we played 3 of the top 6 teams, and if we go obviously to Stamford Bridge and manage to get 3 points out of that, then do you know what I mean? There's probably only one team that can stop us, and that's Manchester City.
The only thing I would say about why Arsenal fans, like from me speaking to Arsenal fans, they say probably there's no belief about winning the league. Is I think because that starting 11, they rely so heavy on them players. If one or two of them get injured, I think it's a bit of a calamity for them. Basically, if Jesus gets injured, if Eddie Nketiah is not an adequate replacement for what Jesus brings.
He's not another
He's
Jesus,
nowhere
but
near.
he's still
nowhere
good.
near that.
You're still
He's
underplaying how good Nketiah can be, though.
he's not. He won't be the impact, in my opinion.
I think what you're saying
is.
is true, but when you're in that frame of mind of you're in a dressing room that's winning every game, you're in a title race, and you know those players in that dressing room, they know they're in a title race.
They love
But,
it.
but
You
there
saw
are
it with
also a lot of
Leicester.
young players though as
You
well.
saw it with
They're very
Leicester.
young players.
Leicester didn't like Leicester's were generally injury free, but
Leicester's a one, and
they had players come on and they would do as well. There's that mindset. It just spreads to the rest and the dressing room. They feel the responsibility. The
You
players on
go
the
and
bench.
want to win. You want to
Yeah.
win.
I agree. Youth in that team. I think that team's too young to have that mindset. I think they can develop it, especially with what they're doing this season. But for example, with Liverpool, the players they had off the bench, like Shaqiri's experience with Bayern Munich. Like who do Arsenal? I know Fabio Vieira's played well, but what experience does he have off the bench of winning stuff?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't matter
I
having
think it
that
matters a
experience
lot.
of. It doesn't matter having that experience of winning if we're
I think it
proven
does.
at this moment. I know it's only been 10 games, but obviously plus the Europa League games as well. I think we're proven a track record of as squad morale is obviously, and a good manager is boosting us as well. Then why not? Why
I
can't
think-
we go ahead and just think we have the
No, of
way to
course,
win
of
it?
course.
Right now,
I think
right now,
experience or not, I think
right now for a young player, there is no better dressing room in world football to be in than Arteta's, because you're looking at someone who's in such a unique position. It's a process that actually got trusted, and suddenly it's all just working. And how much more belief do you need in a system or a process? Like, how much more do you need to know that actually this is going to work? And if I play, the manager is the right person. So I think it works. If they come on, they will fill in those shoes.
After Christmas, in my opinion. I think if after Christmas you're top or near that top, that's when the belief will come. I think it's still, I know we're 10 games in, we're a third in or whatever, fourth in, whatever it is. I still think it's kind of early.
Do you know what it is? I think as us Arsenal fans, the only reason obviously some of us are still saying we'll still be happy because we'll get top 4 is because we've had to endure the seasons where we've had like Squalacy at the back and we've had fucking, you know, what's it called? Like Flamini in the midfield and
Flamini's an invincible.
No, but do you know what I mean? We've had all these like teams that have been so booky over the past few seasons. Do you know what I mean? And it's just it's not been good. And we've endured obviously. Do you remember even last year when we've lost at Christmas time to Everton 2-1? And even last year as well when
mentality there. There
when
is a
Southampton
mentality.
No, it's not. It's a completely
there is though from last season. No, it's still. How do you know it's gone?
I think if the team from last year played against Leeds away yesterday, we would have lost that game like 3-4-1.
Oh, definitely. But I think it's because of these new players you've brought in, and that's why I keep bringing up the injury. If it happens, I know it's a big if, but if that happens, a Jesus who's won before, a Zinchenko who keeps who's won Prem's before.
Zinchenko's been injured, but the only kind of new players who have been kind of like starting for us are Jesus and Saliba.
I think Zinchenko as well has been.
No, but he's been injured. The only players who have come in and kind of obviously impacted Saliba.
I think people
don't get me wrong.
Hey,
Jesus and Saliba are fantastic. They've been a great addition to our team, but they're the only 2 players that have obviously come in new. Like you still got like Gabriel. He's been quality. Ben White on the right back has been like astounding.
I'm not convinced with Gabriel. Personally, I still think Ben White and William Saliba are better. So I think the issue I've got with Gabriel is he's too erratic.
Yeah, but we
Is
can
this
allow
one-
that because we've got Saliba,
Yeah,
who's calm
but
and
can you though? What if that Leeds goal was given and then you draw that game?
It's
just
fine
these
though. They've got
moments.
the thing is they've got options this year. They've now
got
last year
options.
this would be such a problem. Now they have
That's
Tommy
what I
Asu
mean.
at
That's
right
why I
back
think-
and Ben White goes
I think
See, the
Tommy
left
Asu,
back,
that's their
yeah.
best team. I think that's their best team with Tommy Asu right back and Ben White.
Yeah, but
in
that's
the
never been
middle.
trialled on me. So how can you say that's our best team?
Based on watching Gabriel, why can't it be tested?
No, but I'm saying
Gabriel-
but I'm saying if you saying Ben White as centre back and Tommy Asu at right back, how can you say that's been like a good partnership and it's the best way we can form up if it's never been played before?
I still think Gabriel's like Eric Bailly, isn't he? He's actually really good, but he just has
It's
moments
trial
of
and
like
error.
just madness.
It's, yeah,
And-
but these
Mistakes,
moments are
yeah.
so key. What if they concede? What if you drop points?
but
From
these are what ifs that didn't happen. This is the thing.
These are
This is
waves,
why
exactly.
they,
Yeah.
yeah, they
It's
had
still-
like he got away with it. We can't say anything now.
Hmm.
I
Like
just think
goals.
it's life's good being an Arsenal fan. As I say, we've enjoyed a lot and we get to deserve this moments of high as an Arsenal fan. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, obviously, it'd be a nice change to see Man City get knocked off the title for once if we manage to do it, and it'll be a first time since fucking 2003 and 4. My God. But yeah, it's exciting stuff, you know, because obviously we don't play Man City until after the World Cup now, I don't think, which is nice to see. So obviously our main challenge is going to Stamford Bridge away and getting 3 points there. Obviously Southampton will be a big challenge as well because we somehow managed to fuck up against them, but hopefully not this time. And then, yeah, who have we got? We've got someone at home before we part off. I don't know who it is, but yeah. And then that's it, World Cup. So, yeah, we'll have to see.
Cool. Should I do Ballon d'Or now? Should I go?
Yeah.
Cool. Ballon d'Or is tonight. I want us guys to do a combined top 5 based on our own opinions of the top 5 players that have obviously been selected. So I'm going to give you all the names of these players, and then I want us to rank them. Obviously, one's the best to 5. So
Okay.
we've got Karim Benzema, Robert Lewandowski, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, and Vinicius Junior. So who, based on obviously the calendar year, etc., would be in our top 5? Would you say?
Out of them 5.
Wait, did you say
Oh, yeah,
Benzema,
they're-
Salah, Vinicius, and who? Modric.
No, Modric.
Mane.
Go ahead, man.
Benzema, Mane, Lewandowski, Vinicius, Salah.
Oh, level.
I
I'd
think
say
for all of us, Benzema would be top, right?
That's an
Benzema.
easy
That's a
one.
good-
Yeah.
I think, do you know what? I'm going to put it out there. I think it will go Benzema, Lewandowski, Mane, Salah, Vinny.
They're
I was
obsessed
thinking
with the
Mane.
Champions
I
League,
was
isn't
thinking
it?
Mane second.
Yeah, but I think Mane's so good. I think he was integral to
Mhm.
that Liverpool team, and now he's
Oh,
gone. They're
yeah.
struggling.
Yeah.
I
I think they'll put Vinny second now.
I think Vinny should be top 3.
Mm.
No,
Vinny
Mane is
won the league
so
and
good.
won the league and
Benzema,
scored the
Mane,
Champions.
Vinny.
Vinny.
Vinny, Salah, Lewa.
I'd put Leo over.
Oh, for his time,
Who was
for
top
his
scorer?
time
because
Salah
he was there at
tied.
Bayern.
Yeah.
He was still at Bayern this time, obviously. in,
Yeah,
like,
but,
May
Yeah,
and April.
Salah and
It's
Leo are
Champions League.
interchangeable.
Champions
isn't
League. Champions League is
Do you not
Be all
put
and end
Salah in the top 3 either? You think Mane over Salah?
he? Yeah.
Mane over
Mane
Salah.
second, yeah.
But you know what?
Champions League.
Mane's dropped off towards the end. It depends. It's just last season, isn't it? So I would still put
I think that's
Benzema first,
yeah.
Mane second, Vinny third, and then
Mane, I could get Mane second. I could put Mane second.
Then I
actually.
think it's Salah, Lewandowski, if I'm honest.
I don't know, man. Lewandowski was really good in his Bayern before he went to Barca.
Yeah, but it's a given. He's always good, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Well, apart from yesterday, the drop stinker in the other classic.
Yeah.
he's the best TikToker out of that list.
Yeah, the Ballon Talk.
Yeah.
Give it to Lewa.
Yeah,
No, Alfonso Davies wins that.
yeah.
All right. Is that it, Dan?
Yeah.
think-
We
So
agree.
what was
Yeah.
the fourth and what was the just very quickly for the vid, the top 5? Who was our fourth and-
Benzema, Mane, Vinny, Lewandowski, Salah. I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's
Well,
what we
Salah
think.
11.
By the way, this is going to come out and it's going to be
Interchangeable.
announced already. So
Yeah,
who knows what
I
they'll
think this is our own top 5 anyway. But
Yeah.
Salah and Levo is definitely
Yeah. So can I just say though, Saka's in that list as well, which I'm happy to see.
what for?
For the Ballon d'Or nominees, he was up there.
You
He
missed
was
the
Is
nominated.
he in the
last
Golden
year.
Boys? Yeah.
I'm
That's
just
why
happy
he
to
was
see him
there.
there.
Vibes.
Probably a petty one there. Like, not petty, what's the word? Pity.
Pity.
Pissy vote.
Good boy. Where's the Man United player?
He was in court today.
Bloody hell.
No, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.